day, like sand on the beach washed away. All of my time was spent wondering where I should go. There at the edge of myself, in a fight between heaven and hell. The love of eternity you offer me to live where you dwell. Your grace is amazing, your mercy's unending. How the God of the heavens can know me and call me by name. I was lost when you found me, my hope everlasting. You're the God of redemption, and with every breath I will sing. Your grace is amazing.
Thank you, Jeff, for that challenge. For all of us, not only the graduates, but also for us as adults. No compromise and no comparison. Being the valedictorian of this class is a great honor. Speaking on behalf of the class is a special job. The criteria for being a valedictorian is extensive. The student must have good study skills, have participated in the life of the school, demonstrated the fruit of the Spirit as defined in Galatians 5, be good at public speaking, and have attended John Knox Christian School for a minimum of 2 years. Our tradition is for the grade 8 class to vote via a secret ballot, with the results being tabulated, discussed, and approved by the John Knox staff. I'm pleased to report that the recommended name that came received a strong show of support from both classmates and the staff. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to welcome to the podium a worthy representative of the JKCS class of 2012, Mr. Travis.
Our principal, Mr. Pachuzma. Our vice principals, Mr. Cruikshank and Mrs. Sherman. Our grade 8 teachers, Mr. Shelley, Mr. Bibby, Mrs. Reed, Miss Pasma, and Miss Hubert. Other teachers and staff of John Knox Christian School Oakville. Our loving parents, families, and friends, students of JKCS, my fellow graduates. I am very, very, very happy to have been chosen to represent the great class of 2012 as valedictorian. Being able to serve my class in this way is not only a wonderful privilege, but also a huge blessing. God has truly been good and faithful. As happy as I am today, my first visit to JKCS left me in tears. It was the summer of 2003, and I had just turned 5 years old. My mom and dad had come to JKCS with my brother, Shaka, and me to finalize his enrollment into grade 5 that fall. I still had a year of kindergarten to go, and would not be starting at JKCS until the following year. The school looked like a fun place to be, and I wanted so much to follow my big brother to big school. I could not understand why all the arrangements were being made for only Shaka. I wanted Mrs. Donald to have admission forms for me also, and to mention my name too. My young mind did not understand why I had to wait until the following year. I cried for a good portion of the drive home. My mom and dad reassured me that all was well, and told me the next school year would soon be here. After waiting a year, I got my chance to come to big school at JKCS. I still remember waking up early that morning. I was all excited to have a new uniform and a new lunchbox. I was so overjoyed to be riding on the same bus as some of the bigger kids. Once I got to school, I was happy to be sitting in Mrs. Boone's grade 1 class with all of my classmates. I was as happy that day as I am today. The last 8 years seem to have come and gone by so quickly. I think back to my years with Mrs. Boone, Mrs. Belarjon, Mrs. Jarvis, Mrs. Huringa, Mrs. Apollonius, Mr. Crookshank, and Mr. Shelley. One day we were the kids in the lower grades, and now, all of a sudden, we're the grade 8s and the big graduates of 2012. Even so, there have been special moments that we have all cherished. Do you remember Mrs. Belarjon's guitar playing in grade 2? She would play the most wonderful songs to entertain us after our afternoon lunches. We also got to visit Safety Village in grade 2. It was fun to drive all the little cars and learn about street signs. How many of you recall the Mexican fiesta we had in grade 4? We made our own musical maracas and ate delicious tacos. We also got to visit Mount Spur, where we learned about owls and bald eagles. There were also exciting visits to Casa Loma and the ROM. Then came grade 5 and our visit to the Ontario Science Center. Wasn't it cool to play music on the water fountain? And you must remember the comedian Mr. C in grade 6. He was always so good at making us laugh. He always had a way of making sure that we had fun while learning. The bike trip to Niagara in grade 7 was a lot of fun, even though all of us got rained on. Going to the Toronto Marlies hockey game was also a great time of bonding for us. We almost went hoarse from shouting and cheering. Camping overnight at Fair Glen in grade 8 was spectacular. I'm sure that all of us will forever remember our loud songs around the campfire. That was a great time. Although all of these experiences may seem like a whirlwind to us, I know that it has been a long 8 years for all of you who have nurtured us through grades 1 to 8. You have guided us to the achievement, success, and happiness that we enjoy today. To our parents, families, and friends, we thank you for making us a priority over the years. We thank you for raising us, supporting us, encouraging us, and giving us the opportunity to receive a Christian-based education. To our school administrators, teachers, and staff, we thank you for making us your life's work. We thank you for being the wonderful educators that you are. We thank you for challenging us, correcting us when we have stumbled, and motivating us to be the best that each of us can be. We know that all of you love and care for us very much, and we can never repay you. We only hope that we can make you proud of us, and show to others the love and care that you have shown to us. We thank God for bringing you into our lives. The last 8 years have not only been a time of learning, but also a time of personal growth. We've gone from little children to teenagers, and have learned some important lessons along the way. We have learned the importance of putting God first, and the value of family and friendship. We have learned to develop shared goals and work together to achieve those goals. We've achieved successes not only in the classroom, but also on the sports field. We've proudly added many championship banners to those that were already hanging in our gymnasium. In fact, we made history this year by winning the track and field banner for the first time ever. We made even more history by winning both the boys and girls PSAA volleyball championships in the same year. In our time at John Knox, we have also been taught an important lesson of being useful stewards and servants on God's earth. We've learned the importance of caring for our fellow man and for the world around us. We've been given opportunities to serve our communities through such programs as Servant Team Ministries and Sparrowway. We've gone on field trips and outings to broaden our horizons and outlook. We have had many speakers come to educate and inspire us over the years. All of these experiences have contributed to the great education we have received at JKCS, to the great class of 2012. Our teachers, families, and friends have worked very hard to prepare us for the wide world ahead. We have been taught the importance of education. We have been constantly reminded that hard work pays off. We've been taught the value of making good and positive choices. Let us take these lessons to heart and take pride in what we have accomplished today. But even as we enjoy this graduation celebration, let us remember that we are embarking on another journey. We now have before us the challenges of high school and beyond. I'm certain that our teachers and parents have prepared us well. We must now do our part. Let us choose to continue to set positive and godly goals. Let us work hard to achieve those goals. With God's help, let us do everything that we can to make our parents, families, and teachers proud of us. Wherever life takes us, let us remember that we are the graduating class of 2012. Let our bonds and friendships never be broken. I wish you all God's blessings and leave you with the words of Philippians 4 verse 13. I can do all things because Christ gives me strength. I thank you.
So sometimes you just have to sit back and see how the Lord works. And there's a testimony right there of the good work that the Lord is doing at JKCS. So Jennifer Bergner, if we're looking for a video, there it is. You take this video and pop it on the website. It's great.
Hi there. I'm Patty Sherman. I'm Vice Principal here at John Knox Christian School. I have the privilege of presenting the Honor Award. I do have a great view of this good-looking bunch, so you are smashingly looking, wonderfully looking. I'll have you know that I even put on lipstick for this special occasion, much like I think you did. Graduates, I do have the honor of presenting to you those who have graduated with honors, achieving an overall average of 80 to 90%. So I will present that first, and then afterwards I will be presenting an outstanding academic achievement. Graduates, if I call your name, could you please stand, turn to the crowd, remain standing, and audience, if you could hold your applause until we have called out all the names, and then we can give them a rousing applause all together. Okay? Here we go. For those who have graduated with 80 to 90%, they are Gabby Youssef, Joel Angelis, Emily Dotzlaw, Jeff Lau, Andrew Dotzlaw, Doug Conway, Mark Minette, Shauna Cruikshank, John Brooker, Edward Tags, Abel Vargas, Elijah Bake, Eden Alcia, Timothy Lowe, Sydney Brocky, Tim Hunter. Please congratulate our graduates. You may be seated, graduates. For those who have graduated, again in random order, with outstanding academic achievement, achieving an overall average of over 90%, these are the graduates: Sean Veach, Michaela Chang, Peter Blaschuk, Travis Fonderson, Kathleen Harvey, Brianna Jager, Tanya Ralyaram, Stephen Arsen, Emily Estrella, Lindsay Hopkins, Christine Morris. Will you please join me in